it's Ruthie. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you've been here. I'd prefer to not start every video by apologizing for a lack of uploads, so I'm just gonna stop apologizing about it. You get videos when you get videos, and that's that. We get what we get and we don't get upset. Couple housekeeping things before we get into the video. It is very hot today. My AC is on. It's on eco mode, so it's probably gonna turn on and turn off, and hopefully it's not too distracting as far as sound goes. And also, I have a new puppy. And she's chewing on a bunch of stuff right now, and I'm sure the mic will pick it up, so hopefully that's not too distracting either. She'll probably make an appearance at some point. I've been so much busier than I thought I was gonna be this summer because my goodness, is it a busy wedding season this year. If you haven't watched my videos before, or maybe if you just missed it, my full-time job is I edit highlight videos for weddings. I have had a list of 9 weddings that, like, once I finished one, I get another one that's been recorded. So I've just been working my way through an insane amount of weddings. And I'm at the point where I have 6 now. I just finished one today. I love what I do so much. It is so incredibly rewarding to, make this video that's gonna be in this family forever, hopefully, if they like it. However, it does definitely get in the way of my YouTube dreams that I have. It's just slowing down the process a bit more than I had planned, but I'm just gonna be kind to myself about it, because if I'm sitting on a computer and editing videos all day, the last thing I wanna do in my downtime is sit down and record more videos for me to edit. But this new puppy is also just everything in my life now and takes up a lot of my time as well, which definitely not complaining about that, but it's definitely tough to feel like I have a set amount of time to sit down and talk for a while, because usually once I get going, I stay going. What else was I gonna say? But I think in general, I'm gonna just be a lot kinder to myself about the expectations I have for these videos. I think I put a crazy amount of pressure on myself for every video to be this like groundbreaking thing that will really help people out, and I obviously want to help as many people as possible with these videos, especially the ones of me talking about inflammatory bowel disease and all my health issues. But if all that pressure I'm putting on myself is stopping me from making any videos, then I think I just need to be a little bit more gentle with my expectations and just trust that whoever needs to see my videos will see them and hopefully get something out of it, even if I don't think I'm in the best mood or whatever. I have so many fucking excuses, it's insane. Hey, so just a warning here that this video is going to be a clusterfuck of me on many different days talking about the same topic of manifestation and all this stuff and all my complicated feelings about it. So what had happened was that I had tried to record me doing my makeup and talking about this topic months ago, like when my old dog was still alive and my hair was long. I don't know what was going on with my hair. It was in a transition stage, and I totally kind of put it out of my head because my dog passed away shortly after that, and I just was really depressed and just kind of forgot I ever recorded it. But I just remembered that I recorded it when I was done editing the new one that I recorded. I don't know if this is making sense, but all this to say that there are some things in the one I was doing my makeup in that I did not say in the newer one that I recorded a few days ago. I was trying to decide, I'm like, okay, should I like re-say these things as me now and put it in, or should I just like kind of mix all these days together? And I feel like with the theme of this video being that we're all capable of change and that our ideas can change and the fact that we grow in our ideas and in our thoughts, I thought it might be cool to show all these different versions of myself in one video. The oldest footage was taken back in May, in the beginning of May, and the newest one's taken at the end of July. So it's not really that long of a time span, but a lot happened to me in that time. Like, obviously my hair changed a bunch and my dog passed away and I got a new dog. So it feels like a lifetime ago that stuff was recorded. But, you know, I thought that it would be interesting perhaps to see the different versions of me talking about a similar topic. So I don't know, this video might be fucking awful, and if so, just let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to keep it neater in the future. But I don't know what I'm doing here on YouTube. I'm still trying to figure things out clearly. So let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you enjoy this format. It's very unorganized, chaotic format, to be honest. It does reflect my mind pretty accurately. I'm pretty unorganized and chaotic, but I always get back to the point eventually, so I don't know. I'm rambling already, so I hope you enjoy the video. I know it's all over the place. I hope you still get something out of it, and bye. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the law of attraction and manifestation and all that magic and why it's all bullshit and it's all bad for you. I know it's positive and there are some parts to it that are helpful for people, and if things help you, then I'm not here to rain on your parade, but this is more directed toward the people who have tried these things and have found it to be all bullshit in their own life, in their own personal experience. And this video is more of a validation for those people, that if you have been a victim to people who are spewing words of manifestation and you're not thinking positively enough, you're not doing it right, if you're getting those things, this video is for you, and I hear you and you are not wrong. You are doing the absolute best you can, and nothing's gonna change that. Okay, well, here we have the look. So I wanted to read this blog post by Charyl Bradshaw that was written back in 2017 that I think has a lot of the points that I want to bring up in this video. So I thought it'd be a good starting point for this talk. So the blog is titled, "Why I Can't Get Behind the Manifesting Movement and You Shouldn't Either." I get the theory behind it. It's the law of attraction and the backing of books like The Secret, like the fact that being positive and friendly and optimistic will attract more positive relationships and opportunities because, hey, who doesn't like being around someone that makes them smile and feel good about themselves? So yes, some of what you put into the world does come back to you. If you show love to others, they are more likely to show it back to you. If you let someone else know you think highly of them, they are more likely to think highly of you. Interpersonally, this law of attraction can be very true in many ways. But then this theory takes a turn to the dark side, to manifesting, to the rock-solid belief that your thoughts entirely create the world around you. It's so tantalizing to believe that if we think positively all the time, bad things won't happen to us. Or if bad things do happen, we can turn those things around just by the power of our thoughts and the vibrations we send out into the universe. If things aren't going our way, we can just vibrate at a different energy level and turn things around. If we believe that we are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and this money will just appear if we keep working and keep believing. There are life coaches and business coaches that make millions upon millions of dollars selling this idea to people. Manifesting is, at its deepest level, actually the same thing as victim blaming. To put the entire onus on a person's thoughts for what their life will bring them is unkind, unfair, and unrealistic. Bad things happen to good people. Good things happen to bad people. People can work their whole lives with passion and integrity and still never make it big. People can do everything right with their health and diet and thoughts and still become ill and die. Mothers who want their babies more than anything in the world have miscarriages. Women that never wanted to become pregnant find themselves with child. Things don't always make sense, and we don't always get what we want or even what we deserve. We can't control a huge portion of life. We can't control what happens and what doesn't happen in our world with any semblance of absolute certainty. Sometimes life isn't testing us. Sometimes it simply sucks. Life has times where it's just plain awful and it doesn't make any sense at all. We don't need to be telling each other that the good things only happen if you think good thoughts, and that bad things happen if you don't believe in something strongly enough or want something badly enough. Just because you hear famous people saying that manifesting is what worked for them doesn't make it real. Of course someone is going to say it worked for them, because they've already made it. Sometimes it's honestly just a stroke of good luck mixed with hard work. No one is successful without hard work, but not everyone who works hard will be successful. The same logic says all dachshunds are dogs, but not all dogs are dachshunds. Follow? Interview 1,000 other real-life people and ask them how much they wanted something and believed in it and tried to manifest it, and it didn't work. We just don't hear those stories. We don't ask those people. But I talk to those people. I hear their stories. Those people want things and dream things just as much as the next person, and sometimes it doesn't work out. By all means, please think positively and believe in yourself and follow your dreams and work hard, because a positive attitude and optimistic outlook will never be a bad choice and will only serve you well in your life and your relationships. It will generally attract positive people to your life, which can bring opportunity and bring meaningful relationships to you as well. But don't subscribe to the manifesting theory, because this feeds into victim blaming. And it allows people to sell scammy products to dreamers with stars in their eyes, taking more of their hard-earned time and money, selling them snake oil and calling it reality. Sometimes the world is just senseless, and sometimes things don't happen for a reason. But we can climb back out of the flames in time, with the support, understanding, and compassion of our friends and neighbors. We're all in this crazy world together, and we need each and every one of us to stand up with compassion and understanding in difficult times. But we can't run away from discomfort by creating a false reality that soothes us in times of uncertainty. Even the times when the senseless nature of the world scares us into wishing we had more control over what happens in our lives. That's a mic drop if I've ever heard one. I mean, yeah, the gist of this being that taking manifestation and the law of attraction and prescribing it as the solution to everyone's problems around you, it's victim blaming. That's what it is. I have been told to my face that I just don't want to get over being sick, or a part of me somewhere deep down wants to be sick, and that is the reason why I'm sick. I really was trying so incredibly hard to manifest a cure for my illness and to just get rid of this disease altogether. And I had all the positive affirmations, all the things, like just constant, and driving myself crazy. And you know, for a while, like, health is pretty good. I'm like, all right, cool, it's working, I'm doing it. And then, of course, I mean, if you've watched my past videos, you know, like, shit hit the fan at some point and ended up having to have many more surgeries and many more freak things that have happened that, like, they don't know why it happened, but now we need to go in and surgically clean things up or remove whatever, or just all these complicated things involving my stomach and J-pouch and colon, whatever. So then when I'm operating from this belief that I have the ability to heal myself completely, and I have the ability to rid myself of all ailments, of all illness, disease, etc., then when inevitably the other factors of illness and disease come into play and I get sick again and I'm back in the hospital, not only am I left dealing with the turmoil of being in the hospital and just being in that setting and all the unknowns and just all the fear, I'm also now dealing with an extra layer of guilt and shame and just self-blame, because I feel like on some level it's my fault because I did not manifest it hard enough. I did not say enough affirmations. I didn't do all the right things, or, oh my God, maybe it was that one time when I thought that I could imagine being in the hospital next month. Like, that's the reason I'm in the hospital now. Like, oh my God, it is my fault. And like, just maddening thoughts that are not helpful. Like, they're not helpful even in the slightest bit. All they do is add an extra layer of bullshit you have to dig your way out of eventually. So there are people who claim that they have manifested better health and that they have manifested more money or the perfect relationship or you name it. There's people who've said that they manifested everything in their lives. And I don't want to take anything away from those people. I believe that life is what you make it, and if something works for you, awesome. It's just when those ideas are then communicated to others as being fact and are told to others assuming that everyone has this ability and everyone has this privilege. You know, I really just started to feel like shit and my stomach is killing me. I might just scrap all of this, or I might just scrape together what I can use from this and then be in different hair and makeup in a few seconds and keep talking to you. Okay, bye. So I think it was my last video. In my last video, I mentioned briefly some things about manifestation and some beef I have with a lot of the preachers of manifestation, I guess you could call it. And I've written a lot about this topic. And I think what I wrote is pretty much what I mean. However, you know, sometimes you read back over things and you're like, I don't really feel that way about it, or like you realize it sounds slightly different than what you actually mean to say. I haven't shared any of the writings yet, so I just thought it would be a fun thing to read through my notes and to clarify some things, maybe edit some things, just so I can share the process of how I'm thinking about this, because, you know, I watch a lot of videos on YouTube and a lot of commentary and opinions about a lot of moral type things, and I've been in an insane wormhole of anti-MLM content, and I'm sure I will make a video about it in the future, but I'm reading like 3 different books on this topic right now, so I'm not going to talk before I have gathered my information, but I thought this would be a good way to demonstrate of how, you know, the beliefs and thoughts that we have are always changing. When we come up with our like opinions about things and how we feel about something, especially if it's like a more sensitive topic or something that you feel passionate about, that can change, you know? It's not like once you make a stance on something that you have to stay there and stay there till you die. You know, we are capable of changing our minds, we are capable of growing, and I am someone who used to really, really believe in manifestation and the power of positive thinking, and these are things that I still do, to a degree, believe in, but not in this all or nothing sense that I used to. I really used to just like take that one thing and apply it to everything, as far as like, okay, so if positive thinking brings positive things into my life, then I need to only think positively about my health and my stomach and my organs, and that's what's gonna heal me. Like, oh, I can heal myself more than Western medicine. Like, I was really woo-woo about it and totally believed that like I have the power to heal myself. I am magical and all this stuff. But what that does actually is just discredit genetics and science and all these real things. However, you know, I mean, okay, I'm just gonna read through my notes because I think I talk about a lot of this stuff. Hi. So I thought that I was gonna talk about this more in the video, but I just did my first like rough cut of it, and I didn't really talk or expand too much on that thought that I was going on before. And I just wanted to do that a little bit because there are actual physical health benefits I have gotten from things like meditation and positive visualizations, like my IBD meditations. Maybe that's how you even found this channel, is through those IBD meditations. And those things do really help me. It's not like there's zero benefits that come, or zero physical benefits, I should say, that come from positive thinking, visualization, all those things. But I was thinking about it more as a cure-all. Like, I am completely magical and I can heal myself of all ailments, get rid of this genetic disease. Like, I really believed I had the power to do that. And I do think I'm magical. I do think all of us are magical to some extent. I do know that I have the power to control what I eat. I have the power to control how I move my body, how I hold tension in my gut. Like, these are all things that awareness gives you the power to do. And those things can actually provide real physical benefits. And I have the power to get medications from my doctors that help with real physical benefits. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that, because it's not like there's no health benefits that come at all. Like, I really do live somewhere in the middle of these two worlds. Like, I don't think that I 100% can control everything about my symptoms with positive thinking and all that woo-woo stuff. But I also don't think that the only answer is all Western medicine and that doesn't have any benefits at all. I really do stay in this middle space where I can honestly see benefits of both sides. And I hope that that's where most doctors are falling these days, and more like people who are helping others, because you're just lying if you say that like Western medicine has no benefits and Eastern medicine has no benefits. Like, they both have their benefits, and that's why I really, really love the Center for Integrative Health, I believe it's called. I'm gonna link the video, this like lecture thing that I watched of someone who works for the Center for Integrative Health, because that's really what they do is integrate these two different worlds in the patient's healing process. Because especially with gastrointestinal diseases, with IBD, it's and IBS even kind of more so, because that's kind of just like a blanket term they put for like, oh, they have stomach problems. It's a really, really complicated disease. And my GI doctor told me this one time, like, there's no way that it's one thing that is causing all of these symptoms or is causing you all of this pain and suffering. There are many, many factors. Like, science does not understand everything that there is to understand about the gut and the gut-brain connection and like all of these things. Nobody really understands the full spectrum of what we're even looking at when we deal with chronic illness, GI diseases specifically. So you can't really rule anything out. You can't really say that like a whole realm of medicine is bad or a whole realm of healing is bullshit. Like, we can use both of these things, and all of us are gonna be able to cherry pick things from both sides and find whatever cocktail of healing practices or treatments work best for you to live the fullest life you can given your circumstances. So yeah, just wanted to throw that in there. Okay, back to the video. So let's go. Oh, I'm gonna move to the side so you guys can read it too. Cool, this works. Okay. Post-stream. So I have a lot of videos and like other sources that, you know, have inspired a lot of these thoughts that I will be sharing in this video. So I will link all of that down in the description. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the camera. Hi. But actually, I'm not going to be looking at the camera for a lot of this since I'll be reading, but hopefully that's not too annoying. Okay, here we go. Manifesting better health, manifesting money, manifesting love. If you achieve these things, you are simply growing with consistent habits mixed with luck. To assume that the only reason you achieve things you've intentionally tried to is because you've attracted it to you by thinking about it and not wavering and staying positive and all that shit is to ignore so many other factors that keep people from reaching their goals. Life is real. It is not all in your head, and you do not have a secret power to control everything that happens in your life. You do have control of your outlook on life and how you respond to the situations that present themselves to you. By responding consistently in ways that supports your health and well-being, you will continue to have more opportunities stemmed from these connections. So that gets into where the situations where I do believe in manifestation, if you want to call it that, or positive thinking or whatever, is in social situations, because it was really when I was in the modeling world where I saw this kind of working, I guess you could say. She's ripping up something. Actually, it's not a very mystical thing, though. It's just that name, manifestation. But it's a very straightforward and self-explanatory thing that if you are happy, if you are pleasant and fun to be around, when you are in a social environment, especially in a work environment where, you know, networking and making connections is how you grow in the business or grow your name or whatever thing you're trying to do, then of course, if you are a happy and pleasant person to be around, then more people will want to be around you, and more people will, you know, give you opportunities. And then if you talk about the things you want, you know, you bring it into existence, or say you really want an investor for a business idea you have. The more you talk about that, it's not like the more you talk about that, the more you're telling the universe that you want this and then it's going to give it to you, which is what I used to think. It's that you're talking about this more, and therefore you're mentioning it to people who might have ways or opportunities that would help you in achieving this thing you want to achieve. So that was really where, like, I came to that conclusion, and then I really ran with it and was like, okay, now I have to heal myself and heal my body. And this was after my initial 3 surgeries, but before my most recent 3 surgeries. So it was in that in-between time where I was like, I'm never gonna have any stomach issues again because no colon, no colitis. And I was really just trying so hard to put it all behind me and not be chronically ill and not have this thing that's with me forever. I should mention also, if you're new here and if you haven't, if you don't know about my health history, I have plenty of videos where I talk all about it. I will link the playlist up here. Will be up here. I'll link the playlist up here and down in the description so you can go through and listen to that stuff. I also had the idea, some point probably soon, because I think it's been about 2 years since I filmed my first video, is that I'm going to do reaction videos to my old videos. It is really hard to talk about this stuff, you know, multiple times, and I forget what things I've already said, and I think it would just be better if I could, you know, just add to the things that are already out there, and maybe take out some things that don't resonate with me anymore. Anyway, tangent. Okay. We're back. So I have terms to define here: what manifestation is, spiritual bypassing, law of attraction, and then a bunch of logical fallacies that I think are so important to know and to just keep in mind. You know, there's a lot of fallacies here, so I will just put the image up, but I'm not going to read through and go through them all because I think that could be its own video on its own. I hear logical fallacies being mentioned and taught in like debate settings, which obviously great for that. But I've been thinking about this stuff more as like just catching. Why am I blurry? Hello. Hello. There we go. Finally. Okay. Thinking about logical fallacies, where I find it really helpful for me is in just kind of catching where I'm having these flaws in my thinking with myself, just like when I'm by myself and, you know, coming up with opinions about things or whatever, of where I could be having these just common flaws in thinking. What are you doing? You like ripping up the tube? I don't want to be filming all day, so we're gonna have to not get distracted by little Essie. I didn't even tell you her name. Estrelita is her name. She's a rescue from Puerto Rico. Pause for survival. Shout out. I'll link all their stuff down there. She came with that name. It means little star in Espanol. But we're calling her Essie for short because Estrelita is kind of a mouthful to say all the time. So, little Essie girl, that's who she is, and we love her. She's 10 months now, I think. Little rascal, love her. Okay. People giving advice to others with different circumstances, then they feel guilty for not succeeding when the advice wasn't meant for them. It's not their fault. It is the fault of the person giving the advice. I was thinking about this a lot, actually, with when people say things like, if I can do it, then you can do it. Or if they can do it, then anyone can do it. That's always going to be bullshit. That's never going to be true, because we are all different people and we all have different circumstances and different capabilities, and it's just not true. Editing Ruthie here. Don't mind my appearance. It's early on a Saturday. I just wanted to say that I slightly disagree with myself there, just because sometimes it's true. It's not like it's never going to be true that like what someone can do, you can do. Like for some people, some of the times it will be true when someone says, if I can do it, then you can do it. And I get the idea of it. It's an inspiring thing, and it's usually said from a good place of like trying to be helpful and inspirational and, you know, help someone get through a tough time. So it definitely comes across as like slightly salty that I said that, but I think that is because the people I'm thinking about saying things like that are people like fucking Tony Robbins or like Rachel Hollis, like those like self-help gurus that are just like selling bullshit, in my opinion. Allegedly, in my opinion. That's kind of like where that saltiness comes from. But I mean, like your average everyday person, when they're telling you like, you know, I could do this, so like it is possible that you can do it. Like I totally get how that is an inspirational thing, and I get how like that's literally how I inspire a lot of people, because, you know, I've been through fucking hell and back when it comes to surgeries and getting my colon removed and everything like that. And I get how when other people see my stuff or like see me out there on the internet or whatever, that they can, and they've also had those surgeries done, they can also be like, hey, like she had this stuff done too. So like if she can do this and like be, you know, out on the internet and sharing things, then maybe I can do it too. Like I love that. And that's a huge reason, it's a huge motivator for why I do what I do and share myself, because I understand that like I do have a way of speaking about things that can be more clear. I don't know if that's what I said very unclearly, but I do understand that I have maybe a charisma about me that can be inspiring, and I really hope that it is. So yeah, there's a little caveat. Is that even the right use of that word? I'll look it up. A little caveat to what I was saying there. Okay, bye. I'm sure it's a logical fallacy. Let's see. Is that the jump? It could be like the slippery slope. If A will happen, then B will happen, or Z will happen, or whatever. Definitely an appeal to emotion. Yeah, it's just not true. So I was thinking about that a lot lately, and I think it's something that we should all keep in mind if you're out there with a chronic illness or with any, you know, disability of any sort, mental, physical, whatever. It's something to really keep in mind, because we can put so much pressure on ourselves to be exactly like the people we admire, or to be better than our old self, and like all these things. It's constant self-improvement, and we have to remember that there's no race, you know, we're all living our own lives at our own pace, at our own time, and there's nothing you can do that will like fully take you off the track you're supposed to be on, because wherever you're at is where you're supposed to be. So yeah, it's just something I want to keep in mind for myself, and want to make sure I share to other people. Is just, you know, just be sweet. It's all going to boil down to be sweet. Be sweet to yourself, and then you'll be able to be sweet to others. But anyway, okay. Now here is kind of a spicier note from my phone. I'm curious to see if this resonates with me right now, because I did write this a while ago. Okay. When you're an able-bodied, cis, hetero, and or white person with a stable household, at some point you realize nothing is stopping you except yourself. You're the only one stopping you from achieving success. When you're mentally or physically disabled, trans, queer, non-binary, and or non-white, with unstable living conditions, you've had no choice but to realize all the things set up to stop you, and one of those things is also yourself. For a cis white person to not acknowledge this when giving advice or guidance on self-love practices and meditation ignores so many people in their world community. Some of these words of wisdom may be helpful for others in their smaller bubble if they want to continue to stay in their smaller bubble, but they ultimately just ignore an entire spectrum of the human experience. These awful discriminations affect every one of us who exists in the modern world, whether we know it does or not. When you recognize our society is unfair at its core, we can see each other as partners in creating a future society where all living beings and their health and rights are front and center. No matter in what field we work, we can bring our own unique spark to whatever part of the world we interact with. The more people who find their version and expression of love and share it, the better. I definitely still resonate with that. I think, yes, I agree with everything I said in that. Snaps. Snaps for old Ruthie writing. Okay. I knew I would have different opinions when watching it back. So I still agree with that. I see another side to it that is, I'm speaking about this in terms of the people who I see in my bubble, and a lot of that has been more so in the past, just because I'm more aware of it now and kind of trying to be away from it a little more. The people who are, healers and trying to really use their platform, use their voice, use their life to really help people out and help people with trauma, childhood, like all of these types of healers. And I just find that I see a lot of people like that who preach about manifestation and preach that like to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, like you can do anything you set your mind to. And I agree with that to some extent, but you have to also acknowledge that there are real life things that stop people from achieving goals. And to not acknowledge that is just, it makes people feel like it's their fault and like they might be crazy or like their problems aren't as serious as it should be or as it seems to them at the moment, whatever. And that's kind of more where I'm coming from when I talk about this stuff. I don't say this to try and make anyone who is, very privileged, able-bodied, cis, white, like I don't mean to make any of those people feel bad about their situation. Like if you have these privileges, like I have a lot of those privileges myself. Like, and that's why I try to, do things with that privilege that I have and share anything I can that I find helpful in just getting through the hell that can be life sometimes. So I'm thinking about it more from that perspective. But for a moment, I saw what I had just written from like just people, people in general, and like giving it's like if you're not like making your life about like trying to heal people and help heal their traumas and everything, then it doesn't really apply. I just wanted to say that caveat as well. This is about more like people who refer to themselves as healers and try to, reach people who have trauma. Because you have to be so careful. Like, I mean, credentials. Like, if you are dealing with deep trauma, I know fucking health insurance is a joke and the healthcare system in general is a joke, but take everything with a grain of salt. Any help that you get from people online, people without real certifications, just take everything with a grain of salt and trust yourself more than you would trust that person, I guess. But like if something resonates, then take that. I don't know. It's a really tricky field to navigate. It's great that there are so many people who want to be healers and want to help all the people who are hurting out there, because there's so many people hurting out there. But it's tough when it's on such sensitive topics and topics that really require credentials. Like you need to know about how to deal with someone with trauma. Like I tried to do life coaching for a little bit, or IBD life coaching. I talked with a few people. I still like email with a few people here and there. You please feel free to reach out and email me. But take everything with a grain of salt, because I feel underqualified. Like if someone starts, crying and being really upset with having a flashback to like a traumatic event, like I am not trained like officially in how to deal with that. And a lot of people aren't. And a lot of people try to help anyway, and they can make it worse. So that's more of where I'm coming from with this topic. Okay, bye. Positive manifestation is a correlation with your goals being achieved, not the cause. Still going at the tube. I don't know, do you like want the video on her, like, and then I can put the words above? Let me know. How much do you want to see the animals in these videos? Let me know in the comments. I got 2 cats and a dog. They can be in this. There's Bagel. Gracie's hiding upstairs. Okay, for now I'm just gonna leave it like this. Okay, next up, oh, this is long. There are a lot of people who were given everything they need to survive and create their version of success in life. Oftentimes, these people have issues of their own with self-destructive habits. A lot of these people then have an awakening, where they realize they are the only ones standing in their way. They are their own worst enemy. Self-sabotaging because on some level, they don't feel worthy of success and happiness. This is kind of a continuation of the thing I just read. Through positive thinking and self-help practices, they learn to love themselves and think positively and notice and be grateful for all they have and all the love and happiness around them. There is nothing wrong with that story. That is a wonderful story of acknowledging some demons and learning to love yourself and show gratitude regardless. The problem is this. Some of these people then believe they have found the secret key to all human happiness when it was just one possible key. Then they write these prescriptions of manifestation and positive visualization, self-love, etc. to all they see. To people who are looking for hope. To vulnerable people who are seeking help for great pains. Without bad intentions, but with ignorance of the vast array of human experience. These strategies may work for others with similar circumstances, but they are dangerous when preached to all as universal truths. Many people have no choice but to constantly see all the systems and circumstances in place to hold them back and don't know a different world. They may also have an awakening where they realize they are their own enemy, but it is clear they are not their worst. They are not the only thing in their way. When people in painful circumstances are sold this prescription of manifestation and how it will change your life and then it doesn't, it is because, of course, there are still many other factors to consider for being able to achieve your version of success, but then they feel like a failure and that they're doing it wrong and that they're not good enough. But the problem is not with the person buying the bullshit. It is with the people selling the bullshit, even if they don't know it's bullshit. It is incredibly naive to assume that everyone is faced with the same struggles as you. It is dangerous to speak to others as if their problems are as minor or made up as yours. All people have a mixture of problems made up in their minds and real problems this world gives them. Do not assume that everyone's problems are a product of their mind. Do not tell others that their problems are purely caused by their own thoughts. Not just because it isn't true, but because convincing these people it is true adds years of bullshit they will have to unlearn in order to accept the reality of their circumstances. Success looks different to everyone, but in order to reach your own version of it, you need to first be able to accept your reality. You need to be able to see yourself and your situation clearly so that you can act accordingly. Make adjustments where you can. Ease pains as much as you can. Yes, think positively and find love and happiness where you can, but don't blame yourself for the problems in your life. There will be problems. We will almost always have some sort of problem going on with varying degrees of difficulty. We are not meant to erase all toxicity or cleanse ourselves of all negative energy with a positive mindset. We are simply meant to experience life in all its aspects. Experience life with as much of your consciousness as you're able. Treat life as precious because it is. So make your moves with consideration and respect for life, for all life and all experiences. Give what you need to give and learn what you need to learn. Live your life as you feel you need to live it. And remember, we're all here too, trying to do the same. Consider all other lives around you and try not to get too lost in yourself. Hell yeah, I still stand by that too. I don't read my old writings enough. Honey, you're being very noisy, and I'm trying to read to the people on the internet. Say hi, world! Say hello! My name is Estrelita, and I'm so cute. Hola!
want to do some ASMR sniffs? This is why I don't get anything done on YouTube anymore. Do you forgive me, YouTube? Gracie's back! Yay! She was hiding upstairs. You're staying with us now, Gracie. Thank you. Thanks for letting me do that. That was fun.
Okay. Puppy intermission concluded. So yeah, I stand by all that. You know, I feel like I'm not really making too many additions to the things I've written. So if while I'm editing it, I have some more ideas, there might be a lot of voiceover in this, which I don't need to say right now if that's the case, because you'll be listening to it. Okay. All right. All of these are in all caps, so I was very fired up when I wrote this. Let's see. Okay, so I think what I'm trying to say here is that the assumptions that people make, well, I guess that's a complete sentence. The assumptions that people make is reflected in their language. Yeah, that's what happens. And in their actions, of course. A person's physical health and appearance is inherently reflective of their worth, health, and spiritual connectedness. Yeah, that's true in a lot of like the yoga and wellness circles that I've been in. So I follow that with, shit is wrong. One's physical appearance does not reflect one's state of health or internal sense of happiness. One can look healthy and feel awful inside. Another one can look unhealthy and feel amazing. Yes, someone can look healthy and feel healthy. And other one can look unhealthy and feel shit. All are possible. All is also true with all attributes. Every person is their own unique mix that may be similar to others' mixes. We need to have these facts be the underlying assumption whenever we talk about healing. We can no longer treat others as our first assumptions we make of them. And then quotes, we can't always control our first thought, but we can choose the second. Khadija Mbao. I believe that's how you say it. Khadija Mbao. Solid YouTube channel. Please look her up. She is far more professional and amazing and great. Be sweet to him. Be sweet to him. Essie, he doesn't want to play right now. You're gonna get swacked. He doesn't want to play right now, sweetie. Come here, I'll play with you. I'll play with you. You give me kisses? That's okay. I'll take kisses. Okay, yeah, Khadija. Watch her channel. Amazing. That's what I have in my computer notes. So we're gonna go now to my phone notes. I don't know if there was anything. Oh, this does go with the same theme. Okay, cool. This is funny. I feel like my YouTube channel is a good representation of how making videos talking about what I'm talking about affects my psychological state. I've been wanting to script everything, but then I just don't do it. So it may be better to lean into the rambles and just fucking talk. I worry so much about being unorganized because I am. And I want my content to be easily understood and consumable, but with topics that are really personal and deep. I think it would be best if I just sit down and talk, but usually have to edit those so much. So if I do yoga and meditation before, maybe that will help with how the words flow and it will leave less editing. I didn't do that today. I mean, I did some stretching, but not like a full-on practice. But I am going to be recording more yoga classes for this channel. Finally. Stay tuned. All right, sometimes I think so-and-so is so healthy and spiritual and wonderful, And if I'm not aligning with her, then I must be falling away and becoming less spiritual overall. I don't know if I'm alone in having that thought, but I have thoughts like that. I have a lot of beautiful and amazing friends and peers, and sometimes I'll just look at them and like if we're kind of like out of sync, or if I'm not like seeing them as much, or I don't know, if I feel whatever way I want to put it that we're out of sync, I feel like sometimes I'll think that has like, that means something about me. So anyway, I continue. But that's not the correct conclusion to draw from that assumption. First of all, that's just an assumption that someone is doing well. Second, even if your assumption is correct and they are doing well, it doesn't mean that one is good and the other must be bad. You can both be moving in separate and equally positive directions. Nothing is all one way, especially our lives and how we're doing. We're all always a little mix of good and bad, with peaks in both directions. And you know what? Not just good and bad. Us and our lives are all mixtures of every descriptive word out there to varying degrees. It would be impossible and pointless to try and match up all the categories and see how you measure up against someone else. It will never be worth it or even possible. But knowing that comparing yourself and your life to others is pointless doesn't get us to stop thinking about it, but it does give us the ability to notice when it comes up within us, to bring awareness into the process. It's a long process, a persistent one throughout life, so no rush, we got plenty of time. Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure I could expand on that a little more, but yeah, I still agree with that. So yeah, let me move back to the center because I think that's all the notes I'm going to share in this video. Did you hear me that I'm finishing up? Hello? Alright, come up here so you can say goodbye to our friends, our internet friends. Thank you so much for joining us today. Oh, she's so cute, I can't. So yeah, let me know if you like this format of a video. I'm trying to just be more free and creative with my YouTube videos, just to make it more of a fun thing for me. As I said, I think I've been putting too much pressure on myself to, you know, have a certain format and have a strict schedule, and it's just making me not want to upload at all. And I don't want that, so as a theme of this video suggests, we are all capable of changing, so maybe one day I will be like a new videos every Wednesday and Friday type of YouTuber, but for now it's whenever I do it. And I hope that you enjoy them whenever they come out. Thank you just for your support and any amount of time you spend watching any video or anything of mine. It means the world to me, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy any of my videos, I hope you share them with the people in your life or anyone you think may benefit. And make sure you join me over on Insight Timer. If you're into guided meditations, I sit down usually twice a week, usually Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, to do a live meditation, usually around 30 minutes. I really put a lot of myself into those lives and, you know, that whole process, and there's a lot of great people who come every week. So if you enjoy my channel, the things I have to say, I'm sure you will enjoy those live sessions. And I hope to see you there. Yeah, let me know if you like this video. Let me know if you like this format. I have plenty of writings that I could do this with, just kind of reading through my old journals or whatever and seeing what lessons we can all learn and pull from them. I enjoyed this one. This was pretty easy for me. You know, I have all the things written already, so reading's fun. Oh, I had another idea to do like a reading with Ruthie series where I like read the best little nuggets from I keep bumping this, I'm sorry, it's so shaky. I'm trying to show you Essie. But yeah, anyway, a series where I read like my favorite little chunks and nuggets from my favorite books, and how they help me in my everyday life. So yeah, this wasn't really like a health update. I know a lot of you are interested in videos of me talking about IBD and my J pouch and my health history and health updates and all that stuff. And I will create videos like that as often as I can mentally handle. Those videos are the most emotionally taxing on me. And of course, they're the most popular videos on my channel, so that's just the way that works. But I hope these videos are a good supplement while we wait for the IBD videos. Don't do that. She's gonna hiss at you. Essie, leave him alone. All right, I gotta take her outside. She's getting a little rambunctious. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching our channel. Oh, let me know if you're interested in vlogs. I could do puppy vlogs because I have like a million videos of us throughout our day, but I don't even know if I want to do vlogs, actually. It's kind of very personal. I love you. I love you so much. Look how cute you are, you little belly. You got such a little belly. Be sweet. You leave her alone. No. No. I'm sorry, I have to be a full-time referee for Essie. Essie, don't chase her. She doesn't like being chased. You're gonna get swatted. She got an eye injury the other day because she was too rough with the kitties and she went, no. And she doesn't get it because she's so excited and she just wants to cuddle. Say bye, guys. Bye, guys. Can this be a thumbnail? Oh, you're so freaking cute. Let's make a thumbnail together. Oh, but my tooth is still missing. I don't know when I'm getting an implant back, so it might be like this for a while. I'm just gonna have to get used to it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Please welcome to the channel, Estrelita! Hello to all your fans! Whoop, 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 whoop. And we're back! Guess who's back in the house? He's click-clacking about. Yes, I eat olives with a spoon. Gotta get that juice in there, you know? Oh! Good enough! Good enough! Good enough! Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Someday? That'd be so cute. Okay. Hello, it's Ruthie and Essie. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you've been here. I have a new dog. Clearly. Ooh. Smush. Smushy McSmusherson. Okay, I'm done. Bye!